What's going on? How you guys doing? TK coming at you. I just want to talk to you about realistic items in life. Because think about price and think about your limited access to paper money right now. You know, the average person lives check to check, and most people can't afford, mostly due to their personal actions and their irresponsibilities. But the fact is, a lot of people can't afford to do very much. Check to check means that your expenses are pretty much at your income level. So you don't have a lot of free capital to invest or think about investing. It's kind of like somebody who owns a Toyota. A Toyota costs probably about $250 a month, depending upon what type of rate that you got financed on. And you won't even think about looking at a Bentley. You don't even consider going into a Lexus dealership, because you know that that's above your price point based on the current amount of income that you have coming into your house. So draw a comparison to Bitcoin and look at the whole process of 2010 when it was affordable. And now fast forward to going on 2018, and as the price continues to go up, it's going to become like a Bentley, where the average person doesn't make that in a month. So they will never consider participating. And that's the nature of the price model that we currently have in place. You know, you reference it to whatever local currency that you have. So if you're in a deflated economy, or I should say, excuse me, if you're in an inflated economy, like Venezuela, where the bolivar is not worth toilet paper, it simply means that it takes more bolivar to participate in anything that you want to participate in, because the currency has lost toilet paper value. So as each local currency begins to devalue in relation to Bitcoin, it makes it harder for people to participate. You have to find more of that paper in order to consider yourself interested in joining. So I said it a long time ago that this is not to save the world. This is only to save a small few in the right circle of influence who have the right amount of money. And it also is an unfair or lopsided scale, a skewed scale of inequality when it comes to monetary system, when it comes to finance, when it comes to currency. Because, example being, when I got out the military in 2010, okay, I knew about Bitcoin, but I didn't know how to actively participate in it. And if I was able to reach someone at that point in time, in 2010, when I first got out the Army, if I was able to reach someone who could tell me, hey, this is how you buy Bitcoin, I would have put $10,000 in Bitcoin, which today would change my life, because the way in which it multiplied, I'll be sitting on, an enormous amount of fiat or currency, period, not fiat, but currency. But the issue with 2010, in spite of hearing and knowing about Bitcoin, I didn't do any research, I didn't do any studying, and I didn't dive into the acquisition process. How do you acquire it? I just knew what it was and heard people talking about it, and I didn't act on Bitcoin in 2010, even though I did have $10,000 that I could have invested in Bitcoin, having the right information. So in the 21st century, we always tell you that information is power. The power to open doors that's currently closed to you. And for some reason, people don't see information as an empowerment. You know, everyone accepts their complacency at whatever level they're at. If you're at McDonald's, you're happy that, you're at McDonald's. You don't have dreams of more than $6 an hour, and you don't even do anything to change your current situation. You just complain. So the slave mentality has been embedded in the average person walking around, where goals and dreams stay in prison. People are complacent, and the only thing that they're very good at is complaining. So everything you decide to do today creates tomorrow. You have to actively make a decision. If I would have made the decision to research how to buy Bitcoin in 2010 and then made the action of spending $10,000 on Bitcoin in 2010, it would have created a different future today. Now, of course, I did get involved in Bitcoin much later. And today I involve or participate in investment platforms that use high frequency trading, so that micro trades by computer and arbitrage by computer puts money into my pocket every single day. But I keep hearing a lot of people talk about the inability or the sin of diversification. Everyone is always, it doesn't matter what the fuck somebody's doing, they're always talking about only do this one fucking thing. Only have one job, only have one investment platform, only have one company. And I always laugh at that or scoff at it, because I'm like, first of all, the survivability of my economic future has nothing to do with one fucking company. My portfolio will stay diverse, and it will include multiple eggs just in case one egg goes away. Example, the primary platform that I was getting paid $300 a day in stopped paying. Now they're supposed to resume in the future as early as next week, but the fact is they fucking stopped paying. So everyone always exists in life on fear, and they say, well, what if the platform goes away? What if it's a scam? Any company can become an Enron. Any company can be mismanaged by the greed in human hearts. All it takes is an evil asshole at the top to misdirect funds, and guess what? The program goes away. So the way you plan for anything going away in terms of an investment is you diversify. You have more than one egg in one basket, and you're smart enough to take whatever money you get from that platform and you leverage it into another platform so that it multiplies to a higher degree, which means that nothing came out of your pocket outside of your initial expense, and you take the return that could go away and make it work for you extremely hard. Okay, so that's how I hedge against a platform going away. Right now, I'm forced to stand still for about a month because the primary income, my $300 a day from a platform that stopped paying, went away. So the only option is to hope that they resume, and then to leverage more aggressively if and when they start paying again. So plan for failure, plan for the worst, have a backup, have a plan A, B, and C, so that when plan A fucks up, you still switch focus to plan B and C. Okay, so there's 3 companies that pay me in arbitrage and high frequency trading. The other 2 platforms never stop paying. They pay me every day. And I don't count the $300 a day outside of the one that stopped paying. So in other words, my $300 a day didn't count the other 2 platforms, which still pay me. So they don't pay me as much, and I'm not at a higher level within those programs. But one thing I can tell you as a passive investor is the increasing price relation to the dollar for Bitcoin has caused me to struggle upgrading in the other 2 platforms, or upgrading period in any platform. Because when Bitcoin was around $1,000, it was right around my salary of free spendable income. Now that it's double that, it's beyond my range of spendable income. That means that it takes me longer, and I have to sit still to accomplish the same thing. What I could accomplish every week now takes me a month. So it doesn't mean anything other than I have to adjust my plans. I have to stand still. I have to be more dedicated. And that's just how you stay fluid within business. That's how you change to market conditions. And that's where we are right now. Bitcoin's price forces you to change to market conditions, and you can still participate. You just have to work harder, work longer to accomplish the same goal. I'm gonna give you a quick example and I'll end this video because I know attention spans are like television commercials. So my 30 seconds has passed, but when I was in high school, I first found out about Timberland, and they had they first came out with a shoe that was handmade, and it was around $250 for this moccasin that was leather. It was nice, and I wanted to wear it for my graduation, right? So it took me a month on my little bit of income at that time in high school to buy those shoes. But I did save and buy the shoes. So that's an example of Bitcoin today. If you want to participate and you have a little bit of income, then you have to save longer to accomplish the same thing. You can buy in at Bitcoin at any level, from 1 cent all the way up to however much money you get paid every week.